All right, you guys. So we had technical difficulties and we lost about the first 40 minutes of this dope interview I did with Lena the Plug. But yeah, this whole next hour, it was still a dope interview. We still have some of the good, juicy questions and just dope conversations that we had on the last hour. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Shout out Lena for coming out, Chisme with DoKnow, and enjoy the video.
I'm so glad the Reddit didn't exist like before, because
When you were constantly on there?
Because Adam used to daily vlog when I first got with him, and I was in his vlogs like almost every day, and I'd probably have like 1,000 more insecurities if the Reddit existed back then, because they would just they nitpick on things.
Yeah, they definitely do. How do you feel about No Jumper?
How do I feel about No Jumper? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that much, I guess, but
Like if you could rate it 1 through 10.
I feel like I can't even say fairly because I don't even watch the content.
You don't watch it, like you're.
Before I had Parker, I used to listen to the No Jumper show on Tuesdays every Tuesday, but now it's during bedtime. So I don't listen to it. But also I did listen to it for a little bit after Kim left, and Adam already knows, but I miss the female energy. I feel like it's too many dudes.
It's just it's very hard for women to work there. Not in a bad way, but it's just very
Masculine environment. It's the locker room.
It's a locker room. It's definitely a locker room because like.
But you guys have a lot of girls there. They're just behind the scenes.
Yeah. Oh, and they're treated with the utmost respect.
Yeah.
And I feel like when people think we walk in there, it's like, yeah,
no.
pass me a water. Like, no, we're very respectful.
It's a very serious environment.
Yeah,
I've been there many times. Yeah.
Like we actually work there. Like Tyrell has brought, like Parker's been there running around.
Yeah.
Like Tyrell, like it's a very serious, like it's a workplace.
Yeah, but it's like, it's mostly dudes on the podcast.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I'll listen to the No Jumper show and I'm like, they're talking about some rap beef that I know nothing about.
And
So
you
then
don't
I'm
get-
just like, whatever, bye.
Yeah, you're
Like,
bye, you're
you know?
over it. What's your least and what's your most favorite show? All right, who's your, you know what, let's get messy. Who's your least favorite person and who's your favorite person?
In general, in like life?
In like general, just overall who you've met. And Adam's out the picture because obviously that's your man.
My least favorite person? I don't know if I have a least favorite person. Actually, I do. I have one girl I worked with and I had a terrible experience with her, but I'm not going to say her name.
On No Jumper?
No, on like a, are you talking about in No Jumper or in life?
A No Jumper.
Oh, there's no one that I have a problem with on No Jumper.
No, you don't have to have a problem with them, but you're like, They get fired after this?
No, I don't know.
Okay. What are, like, if you do watch it, other than Tuesday show, what is something you like watching?
From No Jumper?
Yeah.
I don't really watch No Jumper anymore.
How do you? There's always like whenever this person just goes crazy. What's your take on Akademiks?
Oh my God. I don't even like talking about this person because he's going to end up doing like a drunk live stream when this comes out, talking about it for like
But when you hear this,
hours.
do you ignore it or does it kind of get to you? Like in a sense to like, I'm not even in this world. Leave me out of it.
It doesn't really get to me because it's literally the same song, right? Like he's been talking about this for so long now. So I don't really care about him bringing it up insofar that I care about like, I thought him and Adam were cool now. Like, why is he? Because I feel like it's like, oh, he's just trying to diss Adam. Like, he's not really dissing me. Like,
Yeah.
I do porn. Like, say whatever you want to say about me. Like, Adam and I have talked about it a million times. Like, I went on that academic stream before I met Adam. And I didn't even know who Akademiks was. I just went on the stream.
Yeah.
And Adam was like, you don't know who that is? Like, I introduced them and then they did a stream together. It's like a very old story. But like, yeah, I don't know. I heard you defended me on it.
I did. I'm like this, right? This is just my take on it. I think he's great at content. Like he does what he does. You know what I mean? Obviously, they're both successful in their field and what they do. And obviously, but I'm a big, like me and Adam aren't best friends. Like this is not my best friend, but like, you know, we work together. Like, and I would have that same take whether it was Heather, Lexi, or whether it was Josh's wife or anybody. I feel like talking about Adam, that's cool. That fool's gonna go, like, you fools have that relationship already.
Yeah.
Like, you fools are gonna argue, diss each other, who's better. Like, that's what you guys are gonna do. But I think if you were just a girlfriend, like, I would have been like, fuck it. You know what I mean? But, like, when it comes to, like, you being a mother of his kid, like, I think that's where, like, it draws the line. But I also understand that people think just because you do what you do for work is an easy access and you don't have, like, people feel like, I don't think people think you're able to defend yourself because of what your field of work.
Well, they just like don't humanize you, but also it's like, you know, I've seen what people say. They're like, oh, like, why does Adam care? They did when she was pregnant. Like people just think that like, oh, we can't have feelings or
Yeah.
opinions or like just stuff like that, you know? Like
Yeah, so I'm very big on like food, just like I get it if you guys were just a wild couple before and he met you like that and he's like able to, but like at some point you gotta understand, fool. Like there's like a kid involved now. Like they're about to get married, you know. Like
it's just weird. I'm like, why are you bringing it up again? You already talked about this like for 20 hours of your life, but but whatever. Yeah, I actually haven't like seen or talked to Akademiks like.
But you don't even like think about it. You're just like,
No, I don't care. I'm just like whatever. Like every time I tweet, someone brings it up in the comments, and I'm just kind of like, okay, like it's there, it's out there in the world. Like people say this thing about me, you know.
I get what you're saying. How'd you feel about when you guys did this shit with Flacco? You wish you would have answered some of those questions?
No, I don't care. Like, I'm trying to remember what we talked about right now.
You guys talked about some wow.
He asked me like if I like how many black people I've slept with. I think those like weird questions.
Oh, well,
like,
that's
who cares? It's like, why is this like a thing? Like, why does it matter? A dick is a dick, right?
Yeah. I think he was just, but like if you look at like the edits, like the funny ever. Because Adam's like looking at you like, I didn't know that about you.
He knew everything. He was just like, I feel like he was playing it up for the camera, but he like when that stuff was first being said about me, about the academic stream, like he straight up asked me, like, did this happen? Did you have sex with 8 people in one night? And I was like, no. Like I said, you know, I told him, we talked about it.
Yeah.
But I was also kind of like, believe whatever you want to believe. I'm telling you what I'm telling you. I'm telling you the truth. And it's like at this point, I know a lot of shit about Adam and he knows a lot of shit about me. Do I really think that, like, if I really thought that something was going to come between us, like that, then I wouldn't even be with somebody like that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and Adam's like grown enough and mature enough to know that like the past is the past. I feel like to be really thinking about like what she did in the past is like a very young mentality. Like everybody has a past. Everybody has a history.
Yeah.
People should go get their wiggles out is what I call it. Go have fun. You don't want to be married a virgin. Like.
That's true. And I see that a lot with like, I'll still care about the past.
You do?
I mean, fuck, I'm like.
But do you want a girl who's down to have threesomes with you?
Fuck yeah.
Then you have to have a girl who's down to get a little spicy, and she's probably not going to be a virgin.
No, I'm okay with her not being a virgin.
Okay.
Like if shit, the better you suck, the more, you know, the better for me. You know what I mean? Like, but like, do I want to know if she's been like a train ran down here? I probably don't want to know that.
Okay, but that first of all, that never happened.
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is like, if that was like what she was known for, I'm okay.
If she did like 3 months of and then quit, would you be with her? She's really cool and she sucks really good.
I wouldn't give a fuck. I don't think so.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you did.
No. Because I think I'm like, I mean, who knows? I've never been in that situation, but like, I think I'm very open minded. Like, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'll probably make hella jokes about it.
No, you can't do
No,
that.
like jokes in a sense to where like just like how you guys turn that into content, I'll make it my into content. But I'm not gonna sit there and do with her. Like that's not my route I want to do. But like,
because that's what I in the beginning, I think I told Adam when we first talked about it a long time ago. I was like, hey, like we have threesomes for fun. Like this is before even doing anything on camera. Like the kind of girl that's going to be down to have threesomes for fun, like probably had a little bit of fun before she met you, right? Like she's not going to like that might happen. You might meet a girl and you're the one who makes her a little wild. But like for the most part, like, you know, she probably already knew how to have fun before you.
Yeah, in fact, I don't think I'm like sitting thinking it through. And also I don't give a fuck. Like if my like. I don't think I'll be able to date a girl that fucked around with my really close homies.
Okay, that's different.
But like if
because then you would never feel like you could bring her around.
Yeah,
you're always gonna wonder like, are they making eyes at each other?
Yeah,
like you know what I mean?
But if she like had her, like I was born and raised in Echo Park, downtown LA. But if she had like her whole face like in South Central or like in East LA, I don't give a fuck.
As long as it's far from
As long as it's a little distant from me and I don't gotta sit there and like, yeah. But I don't care. I don't think I'm not tripping about your past at all. That's your past, and this is the present.
But yeah, I feel like on my interview, it was such a big deal. But I mean,
but it was just a big deal because of who you are. It wasn't a big deal. Like, you know how many guys we know that are in love with used to be hoes? Like, that's a fucking normal thing.
It's okay to be a hoe.
It's okay to be a hoe. How do you mentally prepare yourself for when Parker gets older? And especially with what you're doing, what Adam do?
Honestly, I don't think about it that much right now just because she's so young.
Yeah, she's a baby.
The things that I start to think a little bit about now are like when I make friends with the mom at preschool, like what kind of conversations are we going to have about like work? Like I'm more preparing for the other parents at this point instead of for her. But I think that like, you know, Adam and I always say that we're just going to have to make her like very tough because everyone gets bullied when they're kids, right? Like if it's not the adult star thing as a parent, it's going to be something else. Like everyone got bullied for something when they were younger, and we're just going to have to make her really tough. And at some point, I don't know. It's kind of like I think about how long into her life I'll be doing this. Like if I'm still doing it when she's in middle school, like I don't know, because middle school is like such a sensitive time for people. So sometimes I think about things like that, like how am I going to handle my progression in this industry as she gets older.
But I've seen your interviews, and I'm not saying you have to follow that, but I seen it, and I'm like, bro, like Lena's, you're really good at interviews.
Oh, thank you.
So and we'll talk about touchy subject, but like before, here's a gift for you, Lena.
Oh, thank you.
Shout out Swiss Studios, you feel me? There's shorts in there. You're like a medium, but you feel me? Shout out Swiss Studios. They're located all over, you feel me? They got a spot in Las Vegas. They got a spot in Cerritos. They got a spot opening up in Glendale in your city soon. Next month. Yeah, go tap in. They'll give you a gang of free shit.
Thank you.
Shout out them, you feel me? Yeah, so like, yeah, I don't know. I've always wondered like, how do you prepare yourself for that? And I remember one time I seen like a little Vice thing where like, they asked a guy, like a kid, they did like a little, like they weren't like super famous like adult stars, but they were very, like, you know, they were just like adult stars, and they asked, and he was like, well, like for my 18th birthday, like they got me like a test kit. Like it was just like, they were open about it to him, but I'm like, fuck, I don't know how I would feel. I think if Parker was a guy, I think it'll be different. I think your mentality would be different than her being a girl. Because I feel like being a girl now is so like, it's not so judgmental as it would before back then.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like definitely guys would get picked on for it more just because boys, just because the way they are and the way what they pick on things about. Like I feel like girls, when they're bullying each other, it's more like you're ugly, your hair is stupid, like you know what I mean. But I feel like boys are like, yeah, your mom does porn, blah blah blah. But I might have a son one day. I don't know. I feel like the way I view porn is that it's not wrong. I don't think it's like something that should be illegal. I think it's like, you know, it's actual legal work, and I'm not hurting anybody. I pay my fucking taxes, and you know, like if for the average kid, I would be like, this is entertainment. These people don't love each other. They're just acting. But then it's weird because with my kids, it's like, well, it's with her dad. So it's like, we are in love. I don't know. I just feel like we're not doing anything wrong. We're just like living our life and then filming it and selling it. And for me, I like what I do, but my favorite part about what I do is that it affords me the freedom to be like a 80% stay-at-home mom. Like I get to be more involved in my kid's life than the average person. And you know, I get to give her most of my time, which is nice.
Yeah. And how do you like, but like even like mentally wise, you're like, fuck, one day I'm going to have this conversation with her and it's going to be a little awkward.
I'm not afraid of it. I don't know.
You're not scared of the conversation?
No.
But you are scared to let these preschools, other kids' mom know what you do.
Well, because
why don't you just say you're a fucking, fucking TikToker or something?
I guess. We could. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I feel like they're just going to find out at some point.
You think they'll treat you different?
I feel like they might treat me different, or like maybe they won't want their kids to come over and play. Like these are the sort of things I think about. Or like if I want to get my daughter into like a really
prestige school.
Yeah, like a school, like or something like that. Because I don't know what these kids' parents do. Like maybe they fucking, I don't know, they CFO of Tesla. I don't know fucking know.
Yeah, so you're like, fuck, I don't know. But but see, the good thing is that like, I feel like even like, and this is just an observation, but like Adam is like around people that kind of understand your guys' work. Mm-hmm. So like their kids, like even like I know Riley Reed just had a kid.
Yeah.
Like you guys are both coming from the same world, so your kids could be each like.
No, yeah, of course. I'm not worried about like not having like a social circle. Yeah. Like I'm not worried about that. I just feel like in some spaces where people are not around that sort of business and don't understand it. Like, what is most people's perception of the adult industry? Oh, they're drug addicts. It's sex trafficking. It's exploitation or whatever. You know, it's like, so I can't sit around and change like everyone's mind about it. But for the people who already know about my life and know that I'm like a regular person, that's good.
And working on a jumper definitely opened my mind. Because when I first did the Patreon, I was like, holy shit. But I, like, fucking, it became normal. Like, I don't look, like, people always, like, this is the number one question I get asked from my friends. They're like, they always ask about you. They ask if I ever seen Adam's dick.
Oh my God.
And they ask, like, and there's people that are, like, not too in tune about shit, right? Like, they always ask, like,
You think Adam's walking around the no jumper?
yeah, like, I'm like, fool, this fool doesn't walk around with his dick out. Like, when we have conversations, we talk about, like, he'll talk about his, like, Parker falling from the swing set or, like,
Yeah.
what he ate today or his weight. We don't sit there and talk about porn. Like, we don't fucking do
Yeah.
that. Obviously, it's part of his life. So if the conversation, if like a funny story happened where he talked about, I don't know what the fuck happened to his dick, but something happened. And he talked about that. And we're like, oh my, like, like, but it's not a thing. But working there, definitely, I was like, wow.
I mean, yeah, it's like, it's what we do for work is sexy, but it's not, it's like only sexy like 5% of the time, It's like all these meetings about what we're going to do. Like, where should the camera guy stand? What should the lighting look like? Okay. Open up, make sure the camera can see your vagina, like all these little details. And it's like at the end of the day, you're making sex, but it really is like it's a business and it's a job. You know what I mean?
And whose job was it to make Plug Talk and take it to a whole other level where you guys have a set and you guys fucking have a whole fucking production team and videos and fucking, because you guys are killing it.
Thank you. We're trying.
And you guys have some bad bitches on there.
Yeah, it's like it was the perfect situation. Basically, is like I had all these girls that I was working with anyways on my OnlyFans, and like I had access to them. I was making content with them, and then Adam obviously doing really well with the podcast thing, and we kind of just merged the two businesses. But when we were starting, I was pregnant and I was trying to do everything, and I was trying to figure out where we could shoot porn because not everyone wants to let you shoot porn at their spot. So I was like, finding out about locations under the table, and basically like all of them sucked, and I was like, let's just buy a spot, make our own set, make it like official, it always stays the same kind of thing. So that's when I bought the house and turned it into a studio. So Plug Talk looks like the way it looks.
Yeah, no, that shit looks, and it's like people always goes like, and even like, so I explained it to my mom because she was like, because it was no, but I
can't see your mom again.
No, I explained it to her because she was like, like, cause I think my sisters like briefly mentioned it, like, oh, this is like not like specifically you guys, but like cause sometimes I'll leave and I'll be like, oh, I gotta go record. It's at the old spot when we did the Patreon a lot, and I was like, she's like, but it's not Wednesday, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go do Patreons.
Yeah.
And my sister would be like, oh, but my sister's clown. I was raised in a very feminine household, so that's why I'm a little more like understanding on the shit and kind of more open-minded, because you feel me? Like, I'm pretty sure my sisters had their whole faces and they're fucking together now, but whatever they did is, I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, and my mom was like, he does porn? And I was like, yeah.
Oh
He's
my
like,
God.
He's like, his wife's okay with it? I'm like, he does it with her. She's like, oh, okay, yeah. She's like, are they happy? And I'm like, yeah. I'm
she wasn't worried you were going to start doing it?
Nah, but like, she's like, they're happy. I'm like, yeah, they have a beautiful kid home. She's like, well, then that's good. My mom's all about if you're happy.
Okay.
My mom's like, is the girl happy? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, then as long as they're happy and they're, like, if they have an understanding, fuck with everybody else.
Yeah.
That's my mom's take on life. Like, if you're happy, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think most people hear the situation and think like, oh, there's no way that could possibly work. And they're like waiting for the downfall where we like break up and everything falls apart, which I'm not saying like could never happen, but it's a weird situation where we were just like down to do this together, and so far so good. Like, it's worked out,
Yeah, but when she was just like, oh, that's cool. She's like, as long as they're happy.
Yeah.
And I showed her a picture of Parker. She's like, very beautiful kid. Like, my mom's just very open. She's very open-minded and she has daughters, so my mom's very like feminine. Like my mom, if she knew what Andrew Tate was saying, she probably would. You don't like Andrew Tate?
I honestly, like, I've obviously heard about him a lot in the last 6 months or whatever, but I just watched this Vice video that they put out about him where like a journalist went to Romania and like spent some time with him and his brother, and it's like so much worse than I could have imagined. It is fucking awful. And it's like, is he a troll? Like, is he kidding? Like, the shit he's saying?
I think when it comes to the girl shit and like his takes on relationships and how a man should be with a woman and how a woman should be with a man, I think a lot of it is trolling. I think 70% is trolling, 30% is real. Or it might be a 50-50 thing. I don't really question. What I do question is like him being like knowing the mafia and like fucking being a Romanian boss, and he fucking, I don't know, that I question a little bit. But like his take on the, and that probably could be a little more real because I'm pretty sure a lot of people really lived like that lifestyle. But the girl shit, I think a lot of it is trolling and just getting a reaction.
I know, but it's like when you think about how big his audience was and how influential those people are, and you know, like people like to rally around after like a powerful, confident voice. And at first when he got banned off social media, I was like, oh, that's weird, like free speech, you know? Like, but then after I watched that video, I was like, okay, I fucking get it. Like, I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with it because I do believe in free speech, but like some of the stuff that they were like playing back of him saying, I was just like, wow.
What was like the most blasphemy shit you heard that you were like, fuck no?
Just like speaking so strictly about women's gender roles. That's probably not the worst thing, but it's one of the things that just stands out to me about like, you know, women do this and men do that, which like women and men, if they want to be in traditional gender roles, like that's fine. But like, I feel like people should be free to do whatever they want. And there's like, he has so many subscribers to his like Hustler University, and he's like telling guys like this is the way it has to be, you know?
Yeah, and I can see why people like. I think it's just I think people like the way he talks. People like the entertainment. I don't think seriously men are going around like, you're not allowed to be out after 8 p.m. I'm pretty sure there's men like that.
But those guys that are enrolling and paying in the classes, like...
That's crazy. I'm not doing that.
But I think the month that he got, it said on the Vice video, the month that he got his Twitter back, when Elon Musk gave it back to him, I think he made like $11 million that month, just based on how many people enrolled into his class.
I'm down with being for misogynistic too. Oh nah, but it is a crazy take. Like he had a lot of crazy takes, but I've always like, and especially a woman in your field of work, you're like, shut the fuck up. Like I'm fucking free and I can do what the fuck I want.
Yeah, it's like I play both sides, right? People might not see it as me being like a businesswoman, but and it's hard. I'm trying to always balance, but I'm like, I am the full-time parent, and I also have like a multi-million-dollar business that I need to run. And thank God I have help. I didn't used to have help. I have my wonderful assistant, but I was like trying to do everything by myself for so long. And sometimes like it does appeal to me to just like be a stay-at-home wife. Like maybe that'd be easier, but I don't think I'd be happier. I think I like that I get to play both sides.
Yeah. I mean, from what you've told me, you've always been busy.
Yeah.
Focused on school. You were in a relationship, but you were also going to use.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the classes that you were taking inside of Crude were like the psychology class, which kept you busy.
It's not even just about being busy. It's about like having an identity outside of being a mom and being a parent, because I just saw with my parents when I left home to college and how they were kind of like, well, what do I do now? Because, you know, it doesn't seem like it's coming, but it's in a while. But like at some point, I'm not going to have kids that I have to take care of. They're going to be doing their own thing. And then what is left of you?
I see
you know
what
I
you're saying.
mean? You have to have something outside of just that. You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah, which is a real thing, because if not, that's how like people develop like weird relationships with their kids, where if
just like calling them every 5 minutes.
like and I've seen situations like that where even like kids are like, bro, like I'm already an adult, like But when you see like successful parents, like obviously what you guys are doing, you guys are able to fucking like explore and do shit. Like you know the business side of it, so you know how to run a business. A lot of people don't know that, so they don't know how to do outside of like a fucking. You know
I know how to run this business. This business is very particular, I guess, but I'll probably be doing something else in like, I don't know, I would say the next 5 to 10 years. I don't know what.
But you're damn near managing. You signed fucking Skybree and Rara.
Yeah, but I'm not done with performing yet. Like sometimes I feel like I'm done. I'm like, oh, maybe I should retire. But then, you know, we go to the AVN Awards and we win an award, and then I'm like re-inspired. I meet all these hot girls. I'm like, no, I have to have sex with her too. Like, you know,
there's so many bad bitches you're missing out on. You're like, I'm not done.
It's also just still fun. You know, it's weird because it feels like, wow, I've been doing this almost 7 years. That feels like a long time. But then it still feels very short. It feels very new. Like, but it is weird. It's the longest job I've ever had.
This shit lasted way longer than you working at the grocery store and being a special ed teacher.
Being in special ed, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was gonna last like a month. You know. And
then fuck that, boom, full career.
Yeah.
Wow. How was it? Okay, so how were the AVN Awards?
The award show itself was really, really corny. It's like really bad writing, the comedy and stuff. It's like, it's a little bit cheesy, but the actual like convention, it's like 4 days where you're like going and meeting everyone in the industry, meeting fans, taking pictures, whatever. Like that was fun because we didn't have it for like 2 years because of COVID.
Yeah, because of COVID.
So it was just like nice to be around the fans and meet them. And we did a lot of like interviews and stuff. It was so much socializing though. Like I realized like I'm so not antisocial, but I'm like at home a lot, like doing the mom thing. And so going out for 4 days and talking to people for 4 days, I was like, wow, I could stay home for like 3 months now.
You're just not used to having a lot of conversations because you're usually talking to Parker.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's a lot of like, I was meeting my people and introducing myself to people constantly for 4 days, you know? And it's like you're having the same conversation over and over. Like, what do you do? Oh, who do you shoot content with? You know what I mean? It's like doing that over and over again. It gets kind of exhausting.
That show was repetitive, and you're like, oh my God. But then you see Adam there, and he's like, eh.
Oh, yeah, he loved it. He was loving it.
Because he does it for a living. Like,
he's used to it. He goes out to the office every single day, you know?
Yeah, I totally. What was your guys' segment that you guys won in the awards?
Oh, we won Best Podcast, which I think is like was a new category this year.
Were you guys the only one that did that?
No, it was a weird category because it's like there was podcasts that just interview people, and then there's our podcast where we interview people and then have sex with them at the end of it, which is like I feel like are two different categories.
But they just put it together.
Yeah, they put it together. But like the cool thing about the award is it was fan voted, so we didn't decide who won. Like an industry didn't decide who won. The fans decided who won. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like we know we won for
because
real.
based on fans.
Based on fans, yeah.
What'd you guys say in your speech?
Well, they announced the award. They didn't like have you come up and pick it up or anything. They just like read it off on the screen. Like the last like 30 minutes of the award show, there was like the best blowjob, best male acting in whatever horror show. Like, you know what I mean? They just like read them off all at the end. Yeah.
That's so fucking crazy.
Ours was like the last one they announced too. We're just like falling asleep and then we're like, oh wait, we won. That was cool.
And you guys took a picture?
Yeah, and it was funny because most years they have like the trophy room where you go to the trophy room and you do like media and they take pictures and stuff. But then this year, I think they were like shipping all the trophies to people's houses. So we asked Angela White if we can borrow her trophy because they gave her one for a photo. I was like, Adam, this is the most embarrassing thing we've ever done. He's like, no, can I please take a picture of your trophy? And it said best anal on it. We had to turn it so that you couldn't see the part that said best anal.
She's so fine.
She's going to be at my wedding.
She's going to be at your wedding?
Mm-hmm.
Is she single?
No. Yeah. Yeah, she is.
Okay, I'm up there. I already pre-planned this. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go up there, you feel me? I've been at the gym. It's cracking at the wedding.
Don't do it in my view because I might come through and try to get in the way.
Yeah, I won't do it in your view.
We have a love affair. You cannot have one with Angela at my wedding.
Okay, out of all your friends that are in this industry, who do you think I make the most sense with? Other than you, of course.
You're so young. I don't know. When I went to your birthday last year and I realized you were turning 22, I was like, what am I doing here?
Did you feel old?
I felt so old.
Yeah, I'm young. You feel?
You were in like middle school during the private Snapchat era.
I was, 2016?
No, I guess you were maybe in high school by then.
I was in high school.
Okay.
I was like a sophomore, junior.
Yeah. I don't know. All my friends are older.
Are they really that much older than me?
I feel like they're like in their 30s.
That's cool.
You're okay with older women?
Yeah, but it's not like I'm a average 22-year-old.
You think you're more grown?
Yeah, like I have a full-blown career. Like I've like, you feel me? You feel me? Like I'm a very like mature 22-year-old. I do immature shit. Like I probably won't like fucking take him to the block with me, but like they could come like sleep over or something. I don't know. Fucking.
Do you live by yourself?
I don't.
Do you live with your parents?
I live with my mom.
You live with your mom? Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe you can't date a 30-year-old woman.
Why not?
With your mom?
But it's not like I don't take care of things.
I know, but
honestly,
she might not want to come over and sleep over at your house when your mom is there.
But if she's a 30-year-old, then I could just go to her house.
That's true.
That's true. And also, I'm going to get a house this year.
I believe you.
So I'm already like, you know, she could believe.
Soon. She'll be with you before.
Yeah, facts. But also, me being 22, does that give me the excuse? Like, it's cool, like, he's 22?
I don't know. I feel like, I can't speak on everybody, but I feel like by the time, like, if I was to be dating again now, I would not accept a lot of shit. Like, the things I put up with when I was in my early 20s, when I was just like, oh, it's okay. I just want to fuck him. It's fine. Like, whatever. But now that I'm like at a more serious age and time in my life, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, but I also don't want to be plus 30 living with my mom. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you're still 22. You're still young. But that's why I feel like just like you're in different places with my friends, maybe.
But what's different places?
Like they've probably been living on their own for like 10 years. And you're still living at home.
But it's not like I'm
I'm
living.
not trying to diss you. I feel bad because now I sound like I'm dissing you.
But I get what you're saying. But it's not like I'm at home like not doing nothing. It's like,
No,
oh.
I know. I just feel like it's been a long time since they've had to consider like, oh, wait, can I come over? Is your mom there? You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of shit that, like, I feel like when you're in high school, you're like, wait, are your parents home? Can I come over?
I see what you're saying.
You
Now
know what I
mom's
mean?
cool.
No, I'm sure she's cool with it. But I feel like if someone was like, come over, my mom's here, I'd be like, no, that's okay. I feel
Damn,
awkward. I feel awkward.
That'd
you
be
know?
crazy if I introduced Angela White to my mom. Like, that's my girlfriend. It's viral, pops. I think we would make a great couple. I think me and Riley Reid would make sense.
She's married.
She's married?
Yeah.
I thought she was single.
She's married with a baby.
Oh my God, I thought I was over with. Okay, well, never mind. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. See,
Monica's single.
your assistant? Is Monica my I didn't really pay too much attention. Okay,
She avoids people.
well, Monica, you're an assistant to a porn star. No, I'm just kidding.
He's gonna hit you up in 6 months with his keys, like, look at
Yeah,
me,
Monica.
I don't live with my mama anymore.
I was waiting for inflation. No, but even like when I have that conversation with people, I'll be like, bro, like I do, like it's not like I sit there and don't do nothing. Like I pay a lot of shit. You feel me? And like
You take care of her. That's very respectable.
I take care of a lot of things. So you know,
good.
but it's also a great situation because like the amount of money I saved that I could have fucked off.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I did this route.
Yeah, if I was talking to just like my friend and they were told me they're 22 and still living with their mom and they got to save money, I'd be like, fuck yeah, do it for as long as possible. You know?
At what age did you move out?
18. I went to college.
Okay.
But like, I swear I went to college just so I can move out. I was like, get me out of this fucking house.
And when you came back, were you living with your parents?
No, I like stayed with my aunt for 4 months and then I found roommates on Craigslist.
That's the fucking same thing. Fuck off.
What? Finding roommates on Craigslist is
You
the
found
same
roommates.
thing?
They could have been serial killers
One of them is apparently in jail right now.
for being a serial killer.
No, someone recently told me that he was the guy who sold the drugs to Mac Miller.
Wow.
And I looked it up and it was true. And I was like, what the fuck?
One of your roommates that you found on Craigslist
Yeah.
that you were living with
Yes.
was the dude that sold the fentanyl to Mac Miller. Well, the drug.
There was 2 guys arrested for it, and one of the guys was the guy who lived in the room next to me. Yeah.
Was he always cool?
Yeah, and he was like a recovered addict. And honestly, I was super naive back then. I didn't know anything about anything. I just like, I knew he didn't do drugs, but I didn't know he sold drugs. I would have never known. Like, I just
Wow.
don't, I'm like, I don't know.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, it was weird to find. I found out from a girl who did Plug Talk. She was like, I know this guy. I used to fuck him. He used to live with you. And I was like, what? Who are you talking about? This was like my old life. Like,
And then well, that's crazy that you.
yeah, found out some weird news.
How do you feel that Adam was trying to give us your flashlight?
I think it's funny. I think you guys should all go and use it and tell me how it is. I think it's such an Adam thing to do. Don't you think?
He was like pushing for it.
I mean, he's like, if they use Lena's fleshlight and they give rave reviews, then maybe the sales will go up next month. He's doing me a solid. He's putting more money in my pocket. It's not really my vagina.
No, I know, but it's like how long was the molding thing?
Oh my God, it was I actually filmed the whole thing and put it on YouTube. Oh, not on YouTube, on Pornhub, where you can actually see it. It's so weird. They make you like lay like at the doctor's office with your legs open and you like have to masturbate and you have to make your vagina full, like with blood, basically, from when you're masturbating. It gets like all full because your blood rushes there. And then they like put this like weird, I don't know, it's like kind of like Play-Doh and they like mold your vagina. Yeah.
That sounds fucking wild.
It was so weird because there was nothing like sexy about it. I was just doing it and my body was responding, but I wasn't like horny at all or turned on at all. I was just doing it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how. Should I try, Josh? I don't know. Nah, I'm not down. I don't know. I don't think I'll see you the same. Your flashlight?
I don't know. I feel like I need a solid review. Adam said that he couldn't fit his penis in it, so he's never tried it again. And I like don't believe him. I feel like he was using it wrong.
He doesn't know how to use a flashlight?
He thinks that his dick is so big it wouldn't fit inside the
Oh,
fleshlight.
yeah, he's fucking exaggerating.
I'm like, you probably weren't doing it the right way.
And even like seeing you guys, like sometimes on Twitter, it's like early in the morning, I go on and
no.
it's like, oh my God.
You gotta mute me. I have a lot of people muted, even though I follow them, like my friends in the industry. I don't want to be at breakfast seeing spit everywhere, you know? Like,
it's wild.
yeah, it's a free-for-all on there.
Who's the favorite girl you guys worked with?
Gosh, I feel like I have a lot of favorites now.
Give
But
me top 5. And
Top five.
and not dissing anybody else that doesn't make the
I know we
list.
already talked about her a lot, but Angela White, like everything they say about her is she deserves all of it. Like she's amazing, she's perfect. She won 10 fucking awards at the AVNs that we just went to.
She about to be at your wedding. It's over with. I'm up there. It's crazy.
She's incredible, incredible. She really like when you're fucking her, she makes you feel like that you're the only person in the world that exists. Like the way she looks in your eyes.
Oh my.
She could just touch me and I feel like I'll orgasm, like without like on my skin, like not even on my like sexual body parts. I feel like I'll just have the best time ever.
She's single, and I'm gonna be the only one single. Is over with.
Do you think you're the only single person at my wedding?
Who else gonna go? That's fucking. He doesn't have any friends.
Who?
Adam. I think he only invited us.
You guys are his friends. Well, he invited other people, but I don't know if they're coming. But Angela, Carmen Karma, who else? I like working with Emily Willis. We just had this girl, Alexis Tay, on Plug Talk, and she was like a real freak, which I always like.
You were like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, you know, there's some girls you can tell they're just doing it and waiting to get it over with, and she was like, no, I'm about it, you know. I'm trying to think of who else. Ooh, I forgot to say Kira Noir. She's the best.
She's the best.
She just won Female Performer of the Year. She's the best, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's.
I've got to have sex with a lot of really awesome ladies.
That's a solid fucking.
And you know, when they're fucking at him, I'm like so happy for him. I'm looking at him and I'm like, I know that shit feels good. Hell yeah. No, I just like, I don't know. I know it's a good time.
I know people talk about like, do you guys follow like the porn stuff where you guys do like the nut before like the actual scene? Because I've talked to girls before where they're like, sometimes they make you like nut on their face before and like, I don't know, some shit like that.
Maybe you're talking about like when they do the pop shot, but then there's not enough.
Yeah, shit like that, yeah.
So, I mean, I've never really been on like a traditional porn set, but I've heard that, yeah, if they like do it and then it doesn't look like enough, so then they put like lotion on the girl's face so that for the photos and stuff.
Yeah.
So it looks like more.
Do you guys do shit like that where you guys gotta do like or you guys just go straight into the fucking?
We just do the sex. However it looks is however it looks. Yeah.
That's cool because I don't. Too professional setting is boring.
Yeah, I mean they're doing it for the best possible photo with all the you know, but
yeah.
Just lay there and put lotion on me. I don't know.
Do you watch porn?
Not often. I feel like sometimes I feel like I need to do research. Like I need to watch more porn, but obviously I watch porn once in a while. Yeah, but not often.
What was your what made you want to start Touchy Subject, the podcast that you actually haven't done in a while?
I haven't done it in a while. You're probably looking for it. Honestly, Adam kind of forced me to start it.
What a piece of shit, I'm telling you.
No, but like I used to do like a lot more long form content like that on my YouTube channel just before, like for fun. And I never created like a formal podcast. But last year for Valentine's Day, Adam bought me the whole podcast setup and was like, "You're gonna do it." And part of it was because we would do Plug Talk, and so Plug Talk is like the sex podcast, and it's very like male focused. The questions, it's like all about sex specifically, and like I found myself kind of holding back when I wanted to ask questions. My questions were more about like the emotional side of things, like the anxieties, the hang-ups, like all that kind of girly stuff, I guess you could say. And so that was sort of the inspiration for Touchy Subject. But yeah, I think I've done like 11 episodes and I haven't done any more because honestly, I need more people to interview. Like, yeah.
Is it, and are you basing it on just girls?
No, I guess I would. I actually would like to have a male porn star on and not ask them questions about like the sex specific stuff. More like what's going on in their mental when they're like in a scene, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying because I could only imagine like the fact that you have to keep going and going. That could be a lot of fucking dreads. Like it could be a lot on your fucking.
Like
head.
I want to know if they hate sex now. Like, do you think that a guy could have so much sex that he hates sex?
No.
No.
I think even like hearing like I've seen like a couple of different interviews where people have conversations and they're just like, it's like whatever. It's not like
they're just going through the motions.
I think because even like that's how Adam says it. Like, oh, like we filming, but that's like he doesn't like I think how what you said. Like he doesn't go home and like I just fucked the bad. Like he's like okay, I nutted. Bye. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Fucking thank you for coming and have a fucking good day or whatever. I think everybody's situation is totally different, but I don't think too much sex is like I don't think a guy ever sits there.
I just wonder like what it does for them in their personal life. Like what is their personal life sex like?
Yeah. That's a
like,
question.
I feel like they work every single day. Like
Yeah.
I don't shoot every day.
Yeah, no,
You
no,
know?
but that's a question I definitely asked. Like, how do you fall in love with somebody that's okay with doing it? Like, I don't know. Like, I've always thought about that. Like, I've always thought about like if I could date a porn star. Like, I don't know if I'll be okay with you going to work and getting nut on your face and coming back and cuddling and watching Harry Potter.
What if she showers?
Yeah, but like, but
What if she brushes her teeth?
I think I would have to get over the fact that it's not emotional based.
Could you date a stripper, like where people didn't know that she was like publicly being seen as some sort of spectacle of sex?
I think I'll be able to date a strip. I think if I'm being honest, I don't think I've matured fully into that phase where I'm able to understand that, like, okay, I could fucking be with a stripper or a porn star. It would be something I would have to develop, or like they would have to kind of like if let's say they really do fuck with me, like example, right? Like just say I were to be with Angela, she would have to give me a breakdown on like that. She would have to make me comfortable or like be patient with when I do overreact or do like emotionally think when she comes.
I mean, it all depends on the person, because if you feel like the girl's really like down for you and she's really in love with you, then maybe it would change your mind. But if she seems like she's not really that into you, then it'd be like, no.
Yeah, then I'm probably not gonna deal with it. But like, yeah, like I don't think I'll ever think. I would definitely think about it, but I don't know how to feel. Like, all right, I'll be like, yeah, I'm filming. Oh, yeah, me too. I'll see you later. Like, okay, but it's like I'm filming, interviewing you. She's filming and getting her shit fucking trashed.
I don't know. It really is work.
No.
Yeah.
I understand that, but it's still like.
I know. But then there's girls who like fall in love on set and relationships that form from people who met on set. So like, there's both sides. But
Yeah, but even every interview I've seen about that, it never works.
what do you mean?
Like all the relationships that I've seen that girls fall in love. Yeah, they just always, somebody always seems to get jealous. From the interviews I've seen, like the girls I've been interviewed, I'm like, I get you guys fall in love, but like, and obviously you would think the man would have more of an understanding because he does it for a living too. But then I've seen like the interviews I've seen and like the clips I've seen where like the results aren't the same. Like the man will get jealous or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's bound to happen, right?
It's definitely bound to happen. So I don't know. It could be tricky. I don't think right, and especially like the fucking. I already like the shit I'm gonna have to not the lashback, but like the jokes I'm gonna have to hear is like I'm gonna have to be.
Yeah, that's why I feel like I feel like more people would be potentially down to be with like a sex worker or a stripper or whatever if it wasn't for how people were gonna talk to them about it. That's what I feel like the biggest thing is. Like people are like, oh, what are people gonna think of me or say about me?
Yeah, I don't really give a.
There's such a narrative of like, oh, you wifed a hoe, like, you know what I mean?
But people, it's because see, wifing a hoe that people just claim to be a hoe is different than wifing a girl that's on set or constantly on video. But I guess it's no fucking difference if you're making millions of dollars of it. But the fact that like my homies can look you up and see your pussy, I'm like, fuck. So you get what I'm saying? Like I don't know, but I think mentally I'll be able to do it, but it's gonna be a process.
Well, you don't have to.
You
can date someone who's not.
I don't
a
have
sex
to,
worker.
but honestly, for like I definitely have thought about it, and I've talked to a girl before that like did OnlyFans. It wasn't like crazy, but I talked to her and it was she was cool as fuck.
Did she work with other people or is it?
She had we met and it was like brief and we could have. And she definitely worked with other people, but I didn't.
You think you could be in a scene?
Nah, because I want to do like. What
if you did like POV where you're filming and they can't see you? Do you think you could do it?
But I have tattoos and shit, and I think I'm at that level where people will recognize like my knee or something. Like I don't know, but who knows?
I definitely have no idea what your knee looks
no,
like.
I know, but you also don't watch No Jumper, so like, but
I still think I could watch every episode and not know what your knee looks like.
But you get what I'm saying? Like I think like she's like, well, like you could always be. I'm like, I know, but it's like I also want to let you do your thing, fool. Like you know what I mean? But I also I thought about it like in a sense to where like I was like, because you know what when we first started the Patreon during COVID, I was like, dude, I should do a Patreon and just eat pussy on it.
That was your idea.
I mean, not a Patreon, like an OnlyFans, and I'm like, this shit would go up. Just I already have a huge fan base.
That's your thing that you're into?
I love eating pussy. Like
that would be your whole OnlyFans.
Maybe like
that's so cool. I feel like a lot of girls would subscribe.
See what I'm saying? Like, and guys would subscribe for tips. It's not like they're seeing my dick; they're seeing my tongue.
And that would make you more comfortable than having sex on camera.
Yeah, so
that's really interesting because I feel like most guys would say the opposite.
Like what? They don't like eating pussy?
No, just like they would prefer like not to have their face in it.
No. I would, in a sense, this is how I'm seeing it. Like, okay, so I really want to be an actor, right?
Okay.
Like a movie actor. Like
Yeah.
that's like one of my
So
goals.
you're getting your face out there. Is
Yeah,
very
no,
important.
I know, but I don't know if I could be able to be like I don't want to get like booked for a movie and they're like, oh well, Mr. DoKnow, like you did porn before, you can't do that. I'm like, well, fuck.
I wonder if those rules apply as strictly to men
Man,
as
than they do to women.
uh,
Probably not. But they'll probably give
Yeah.
me a pass, just like. But nah, look at Kim K. She's a very successful.
Yeah, but I feel like for the most part,
She got definitely shit on for it.
like we had a girl on Plug Talk who was telling us that she was like a model in New York, and then after like 10 months they closed her contract because she broke like the morality part of it by having an OnlyFans. It was like a morality contract.
I've never heard of that.
Well, it's just like because some brands don't want to advertise with a face that's been in porn, like, you know. So
do you think I'll get a pass?
I feel like you would get a pass.
Damn, should I? It's cause look, I'm like, and this is just like a real thing. Like I definitely thought, cause when I was like hearing these, cause I was doing so many fucking Patreons,
Yeah.
that I was hearing the money they're making for doing fucking nothing, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, dude, I already have a fan base, right? And I already have like a.
Do you think your audience wants to watch you eat pussy?
I think people would buy it, dead ass. You don't think people would buy it?
I don't know what your audience is like. I feel like, yeah, maybe you could find some girls who want to buy, but isn't your audience mostly men? You think the men want to watch that?
If I do like popping bitches, I think they would watch it.
Hey, I'll subscribe.
You know what I mean? Like if I did like, let's just example, like if I did if my debut OnlyFans was me eating Kazumi's pussy, you know how much money I would make?
You should try it out. You should hit her up.
Fuck, I don't know. And
Every time I go on a podcast, I feel like I try to convince the other person to do OnlyFans.
just so there could be one more person to understand you.
No, because just like when Heather was on my podcast, I feel like we spent like half an hour talking about OnlyFans at the end, and she was like, "I'm gonna do it."
Nah, yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know. I was like, fuck, I was like, damn, it seems like a fucking dope. And I told my homies about it, and they're like, fool, do it, fool, get it, fool. But I think people would buy just out of the curiosity of the fact that it's me doing it.
Yeah.
I think people would just buy wanting to know, like.
But would you want to commit? Would you drop a video every week?
I think because.
All
Like,
of a sudden, I run into you at the testing center. I see you getting STD tested.
do I have to
Weird.
get tested for my tongue?
I would say, yeah, you can get chlamydia or gonorrhea in your mouth.
Oh, okay, so I would.
Or one or
definitely-
the other. I don't know. Don't quote me. I hate to
Yeah.
say sex facts
Yeah, I
to
don't
the
wanna-
public, but
I don't want to
you-
give the bitch a cold sore if I have a cold sore because of the weather change or something. You feel me? Or something like that. But like I when I thought about it, I was like, fuck, I should. Like I kind of want to try it because I'm like.
it's just not something you can try. You
Yeah,
either do it or you don't.
yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
Someone's gonna clip it and put it on Twitter, and it's gonna get millions of views, and then it's gonna be in the Reddit, and it's gonna be a whole thing.
And I'm like, what if I win the AVN Awards for the best pussy eater, and then it's viral, and then I fucking have a home, and like, so I've thought about it,
You
but
can move out of your mom's house.
she could just come live with me. But yeah, I've thought about it, but I'm like, fuck, I don't know, like, I'm like, fuck, but I've definitely like in my head, I'm like that point of time when I was doing so many Patreons, it was like every day I would like, and I was doing them so often, I was like, damn.
What's my way?
How much? Yeah, what's my way without like showing my dick and like,
Without having any sex, what's my way?
like what's my way? Like what's my way of just being like, let's fucking like, I'm gonna make this bread, and I think it'll be successful. Who knows? I might do it this year. Fuck, I don't give a fuck. You know, fuck these movies. You know what I mean?
Just go to like 40 auditions. You don't get a single one, and then you start your OnlyFans.
Exactly.
If the acting doesn't work out.
No, it's actually been working out very successfully. So I'm like, you know what I mean? Have you thought about acting? Doing some movie shit?
No.
Never. Would you try it?
I think it'd be fun. Yeah.
What's something that you really want to try, but you haven't just because of the fact that you're like very busy with Parker and very busy with the
God.
plug talk shit?
I don't know. For a while, I was doing archery. Like I was taking lessons to shoot with a bow and arrow, and then so I feel like if I wanted to try something, I probably will. But I have to think of what that thing is next.
I don't think archery makes you money, but I'm talking about like money wise.
Oh, money was like a business, a
Yeah, like a
career. I thought it was
business,
like a random thing that I would want to
Oh
try.
no, that's more of a hobby. You're
Yeah.
so boring, Lena. Like archery. Like go to brunch or something with your homegirls. Like
But why? So I can get drunk at brunch and then feel like shit for the rest
there's
of the day.
nothing wrong with getting drunk.
No, but I cannot handle drinking. Did Adam tell you he threw up in Vegas from 2 drinks the next day?
Yeah, you guys are getting old, fool. You got time. That fool, him and bro, like when we went to Vegas for the boys shit, Adam looked drunk already like this, and Terrell was asleep next to me. I'm like, these two old. I still went out and went crazy.
Because you don't even get hungover yet, right?
The fuck no.
See, like, you can't even have the same conversation with me. Because talk to me in like 6 months. It could happen really fast.
Okay, but you can still go out with your friends and fucking party.
Yeah.
I hate this fucking thing you guys do. Like you and like Heather, like we're not allowed to have fun. Like
No, it's not like I'm not allowed to have fun. I just don't think that partying is like that fun to me anymore.
When
like
you go to brunch, if you like one of the biggest vlogs ever that would happen this year is if you and Heather went to brunch and got drunk off mimosas. And you know what? I'm gonna do a vlog where me, you, and Heather go have mimosas together.
I'm
and
gonna
get
have to
fucking lit.
clear the next 3 days so I can recover from my hangover afterwards.
You think it'll be that bad?
I feel like I'm bad at drinking because I don't practice enough. But I think if I drank a lot, then maybe I wouldn't get so hungover. But when I was in Italy with her, we had like one bad glass of wine, and I felt like the next day I felt like shit. And I didn't even finish the glass of wine.
I feel that. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, I think yeah. So what's like a business thing? Because obviously you don't want to have fun.
No, it's not that I don't want to have fun.
And just be at home on a Sunday and go to church.
God, I am fucking boring. Stop.
I don't know. Maybe a fucking clothing line or something?
I don't know. I feel like maybe like, I don't know, something boring like writing. I feel like writing would be cool.
Like being a journalist?
No, like just
writing a book or something?
Writing more creatively, I guess. Just like coming up with stories or something. Sometimes I feel like if I had more time to focus, like maybe I would write more like in-depth or creative storylines for a sex scene, like something that could be more produced.
Or
My
like,
sex is very just like, this is Adam, this is me, we're gonna have sex, you know? Like versus like doing like a whole production with a storyline, you know? What we do right now is like based in reality. We're just playing ourselves.
I see what you're saying. You kind of want you want to basically kind of like direct the whole scene, right?
Yeah, like write the scene, direct the scene. Like that could be kind of fun.
Because plug talk is mostly like we sit down, we interview you, then we fuck you.
It's like this, and then you have sex with it.
But then what you want to do is fucking go have a full blown conversation. Maybe you play like the therapist.
Yeah,
fucking,
like acting.
Yeah, like acting.
Because that would involve actually acting and getting in character as somebody else.
Would you think you'll be better than Adam at it?
I feel like I'd be better at him at it, but I think he would think he was better than me at it.
He'll just play off the part that like I'm better.
Yeah.
How do you feel? What's something you like in your personal life that you don't like on camera, or vice versa?
It depends, but I think in my personal life, I like getting messier than when I'm on camera, when I'm at the Plug Talk house. Like when I'm at the Plug Talk house, it's like that house, I've made it like really nice for shooting. And sometimes when I'm shooting on the house and I see the couch getting really dirty from like the girls' makeup and stuff, I like in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I need to clean the couch. Like sometimes I'm like trying to fuck, but I'm thinking about cleaning up, which is so bad. But when I'm in my bedroom, in my house, I feel like I can get like as messy and dirty as possible. I don't care. I'll just wash the sheets. I don't know. It's like kind of a weird thing to think about, but like I'll be in my head about that sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, the drool landed on the carpet at this exact spot. I have to remember where it is so I can clean it up afterwards.
Damn, I can see what you're saying, especially since, I get what you're saying. Like at your house, like that's your shit.
Yeah.
But like this shit, you're gonna film more in it and shit like that. So it's a little like, how does your family knows what you do?
Not everybody in my family, but yeah.
Not your extended family.
Some of my extended family, but not everybody. And it's like, it's hard to say that they know what I do because sometimes I feel like maybe they just know that I have like an Instagram with sexy photos. Like it's not like I'm gonna tell them like this is exactly what I do, you know? But
what about the conversations with like your sister? Like I'm assuming you're close, right?
My sister definitely knows. Yeah, with her, I mean, she's like close to me in age. Obviously, it's something I don't really talk to her about like details or anything. But yeah, she knows. She knows what's up. Yeah, and my mom like she knows. Yeah, I'll be like, I'm gonna go. I have to go to work today. You know.
But the conversation never comes up like dinner table or anything.
No. I feel like people avoid asking me like how's work because they know it's like not an answer that they want answers to, and also I don't want to fucking talk about it.
And I know you said how your dad is. Like, what about your dad?
Yeah, we just don't talk about it.
And
I just say like I'm busy or I have work. When he asks me like what I'm doing, I'm like I'm busy, work. Yeah.
But you think he knows?
Yeah, I think he knows.
Yeah, that is a fucking.
But I feel like with my parents, they're kind of like they don't care that much because I am successful in it. But before, when it was like new, I feel like they cared more because it was the unknown. They didn't know where it was going to lead to, you know?
Yeah.
And everyone just assumes, oh, she does sex work. She's going to become a drug addict. She's going to be homeless. You know what I mean? But I feel like they don't worry as much because it's like, okay, look, she has a kid. She's getting married. Like, you know, I feel like that was the worry before. It's like, you're never going to find anyone who loves you.
But do you wish you could talk to them about it?
No, why the fuck would I ever want to talk to them about it?
No, like I'm talking about like in open, like let's just say it wasn't looked down upon how people would describe it, like being a drug addict, homeless, and being a piece of shit the rest of your life, right? Like that's just a persona people have. But like let's say you were okay, obviously with your dad, you're not gonna talk about how you just fucked the shit. But like let's just say with your mom, like you're not gonna give details, but would you be able to be like if she were to be open and ask you questions just like how I did? And you didn't go into super details with me, but you definitely had a conversation about how it is and how much fun you have with it. Would you want to have that, or you just like?
No, I don't think so. I mean, even like with the AVNs, my mom was like, "Congratulations on the award," and I was just like, "Thanks." Like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to acknowledge it at all. You know, it just feels weird. I don't know.
I feel that. I don't know.
I feel like some girls have that relationship with their mom where they just like tell them everything about work. And I feel like that's fucking weird. I don't want to know. I don't want to share my mom the details of being on set and stuff.
I totally feel that. I have one more gift before I have my last question with you. Shout out Big Chief. You know what Big Chief is?
I know who Big Chief is.
Shout out
yes.
Big Chief. You feel me? The location. I like how Lena's like, you're like, she's like, I'm not gonna use this, but Adam will.
Yeah. Thank you.
But shout out Big Chief. That we actually tapped in with them. That you guys could buy Big Chief everywhere. Cookies. There's just so many fucking locations. Do you smoke at all, Lena?
No, I don't smoke at all. It's been like 5 years.
Oh shit. Who knows? Maybe this gift. You know, so like it was given to by the love of your life. You know, you might smoke a little bit. But yeah, you can get Big Chief anywhere. You feel me? All locations. And you can get Big Chief at cookie stores, the trap shops, and the legal shops, and you can order online and all types of other shit. Go get Big Chief. That's some of the best carts ever. I used to smoke them in high school. I actually didn't know that was them, and now I know the owner, so that's cool. What's next for Lena, the plug?
Look at you, 2 brand deals.
Oh, yeah, I got to pay the bills, Lena.
Mr. 2 brand deals. I love it.
What's next for you?
What's next for me? Ooh.
Other than what we already know, right? Like, you're getting... Okay, why are you getting married in fucking Italy, dog?
Why are you so mad about it?
Because I got to fucking spend money to go over there. If you got married like in Calabasas, I could just drive there.
In life, when you're on your deathbed and you're going to die, you're not going to remember how much money you had. You're going to remember your experiences. I am giving you something.
That's true. I'm down. When you send me the shit, I was like, wow, I have rich friends.
I don't know. It does feel kind of crazy, but it's like Adam and I talked about it. We were going to get married in LA. It was going to cost a certain amount of money. And we were kind of just like, well, that like we've been here forever. I grew up here. I was going to get married in Malibu and then drive home after. Like, it didn't feel that special. And I was like, we could spend like close to the same amount of money and get married in Italy. But really, me getting married in Italy is a way for me to force my family who lives in Glendale to actually like fucking leave Glendale and have like a big, you know, sort of family vacation in a way. Yeah. So, yeah, and I'm forcing you to go to Italy.
Yeah, you know, I'm down for the Italy trip. I've never been. And now I was telling the homies, I was like, I'm going to Italy for a wedding. They're like, what the fuck? But everybody was so confused, and I'm like, this is white people shit, dog. You know, you feel me? I'm in the industry now, pops. They're like, and
are you gonna wear a tuxedo?
Yeah, right. That's what I've never been to a wedding before.
Ever a wedding at all?
I'm 22. None of my friends are getting. Actually, one of my friends is getting married in October, and I'm a groomsman.
You're a groomsman. Okay, look at that. You're getting 2 weddings in like 6 months.
2 weddings in 6, but this other one is just costing me the suit and the bachelorette.
But you got 2 brand deals. It's okay.
No, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it because it's definitely a new experience.
Yeah.
And it's dope. Like how I explained, they were like, that's cool, right? I was like, fool, like that's shit you see in a movie. Like, hey, we're getting married.
It does feel weird to me. I don't feel like it's really happening. That I'm gonna get married in Italy. It does feel like some movie shit.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely down for it. Like I was just hella excited about it. I was like, damn, I got white homies, fool. Like my white homie's getting married to his Armenian girl, and we gotta go to Italy for the wedding. And if I don't go, I'm a piece of shit. So
but you'll have fun. It'll be
no. I'm all for it. But you know what I was debating about the most?
What?
I'm like, I'm gonna go with all these couple ass fools. Like,
do you want to bring a date? We can give you a +1.
Nah.
Are you seeing a girl like seriously right now?
No, because like your wedding's when in May?
In May.
In May? Like, if I'm gonna pay for this bitch's whole fucking travel kit, like,
Do you have to pay for her to go?
yeah, because if I'm inviting somebody, you don't charge somebody that you're inviting. That's crazy. But what I'm saying is like, I gotta like, if I was like in a serious relationship, then I'll be like, hey babe,
Super
like,
romantic.
like babe, super romantic. Our homies are getting married, but it's in Italy, and they'll be like, oh shit, we're doing. But I'm like, I want to go because I know I'm gonna have fun alone. And I gotta be with like the older homies like AD, Chirel, AD, Heather, Lexi.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, so
I saw Heather and T-Rail at the Christmas party, and T-Rail was like, "Are you guys gonna be boring at your wedding? Are we gonna do some fun shit?" I'm like, "Wow, no pressure." I'm like all nervous now.
No, I'm getting shit faced at your wedding. I might black out next to the chocolate fountain if that's what you have.
We should get one. We should get a chocolate.
But no, I'm just excited. I'm excited because it's new experiences in life with me. Like even like the boys, like I've done a trip to Vegas before, but the fact that like Adam bought us like seats and like shit like that, like that's like it's cool. Fool. Like I'm experiencing new. Especially like where I come from and like my community. It's very rare for what I do.
Yeah.
Especially in the Latino community and in Los Angeles, the entertainment business is obviously there's Latinos in it. It's a huge, but it's like mostly black entertainment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or black personality. So for me to do what I'm doing at such a young age and experiencing lives, like I'm able to be like fucking like I gotta sit down with Andrew Schultz. I gotta fucking film a movie with Jack Harlow and like you're getting married in Italy and like shit like that. Like. To the homies.
I'm glad that my wedding is up there with like Jack Harlow.
No. It's definitely up there because it's something that
it's different and new for you. Something that most people
and most people like it's just so when I explained to them, they was like, "That's cool, dog."
Did you tell your mom you were going to Italy?
I did, and she was like, "Oh, that's." She's like, and my mom seen my guy. She's like, "You're good." My mom kind of does my accounting. So she's like,
got it.
She's like, "Go have fun, fool." And I was like, "Yeah," but it was just it's dope to be able to come back home and explain shit.
Yeah,
and like I said, like. And something like that, like both two of my older sisters can't leave the States. Like they can't leave because of like their immigration status. And I'm like, and I could do like that and come back and be like, dude, Italy I did this shit. Like, so I'm excited to do cool shit. Like, and that's like,
you might go and never come back. You're like, I'm gonna fucking stay here.
Live in Italy? I probably won't live in Italy. That's crazy.
But I think that you could probably understand a lot of people there more than us because you understand Spanish. The languages are very close together.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna be translator vibes.
Yeah.
I already know. Like, theirs is just a slightly different with a. I think they add hella essence to shit and like a little heavier action. But I think I'll be able to understand the.
We're gonna send you for everything. Yo, DoKnow, go talk to that guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. But are you excited to get married in Italy?
I am. It's just coming up so fast that I'm like, I hope everything's okay. And like, I can't be there for everything. So it's like, I hope the food's good because I couldn't taste it. Like, you just hired the caterers and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't like the food, don't tell me. Just eat it.
Just fucking crying while eating it. But other than you getting married, what's next? Like in your life, like what's something you want to do with Parker, or like maybe you and Adam want to I don't know, whatever. Like what's something that you, or just you personal, and like in a mindset. I know you was talking about writing, but like I don't know, maybe you want to fucking take an art class or go hiking more, or.
It's so crazy to think about adding like one more thing to my life. I feel like I'm juggling and trying to make sure everything that I'm already doing is doing well. But honestly, I'm like, especially after going to AVN, I'm like very inspired by Plug Talk. I'm sort of like a Debbie Downer, and Adam's like sort of overly confident. And I was like, this isn't gonna work in my brain. Like I didn't say that, but he was like, this is definitely gonna work, And like we did Plug Talk, and it's only been like a year and some months, and it's been pretty successful. But I feel like the way we've been doing it has kind of just been like
repetitive.
Not repetitive, but like sort of like the minimal possible effort that we can contribute to it, because we already had such busy lives before, so we didn't want to add like too much to our new project, But it's really taken off, and so I'm kind of inspired by making that project like way better. Like if it's doing this well with this little effort, like what are the possibilities for us, And I feel like I have to give it to Adam for that, because I'm like, he's started a lot more businesses than me. So for him, he's kind of like very, very creative. Like, let's try this, let's try this, let's try this. And I'm like more like, no, that's scary. Like, I don't know. Like that sounds like a lot, But so I actually like, not to just keep talking about Plug Talk, but I'm actually really excited to like make that
Take it to the
bigger.
next level.
Yeah, and like I want to become a better podcaster as on Plug Talk. I want to be better at my scenes with Plug Talk. Like I just want to make it as good as possible. Like we won an award for it in the first year, but I think it could be better.
And does that come with maybe like adding different talent where you and Adam don't have to be the only ones fucking, and maybe like
We've done some scenes like that.
no, I know you guys did the Selena Powell shit,
Yeah, we've done a few. Yeah, but Selena was the first one, I think.
but I'm talking about like let's just say Plug Talk becomes like a whole corporation where it's like there's like a different couple that interviews girls and they fuck him and
Might be
like
coming. We'll see.
you know what I mean? So shit like that. So that's
We definitely
when-
had a lot of like creative ideas that we've had where it's just like we just need to build a bigger team so we can implement them. Like, I mean, sometimes I can't get Adam to shut up about the ideas. He's like, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. So we definitely have a lot of things we want to do that we haven't done yet.
I'm not gonna watch it, but like I'm excited for you guys to do your thing.
DoKnow starring with his pussy eating on Plug Talk right now.
Bro, is that where I should do my first debut? How viral you think it'll go? I don't know. I just maybe I gotta.
Wouldn't it be nice to see how viral you can go before you like tweet something? If you could just like test it out with like an algorithm.
And then just fucking go stupid with my tongue? It's viral, pops. What about like mother-wise? Like, what's something you want to do with Parker or like she's what 2?
She's 2 and 2 months, and I took her to her first class today where I dropped her off. It was like a play group.
You cried?
I didn't cry, but like the playgroup had an Instagram story, and I think I watched it like a million times trying to like see her.
The playgroup had an Instagram story?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They did. It's like a little private playgroup in like someone's backyard or whatever with like a bunch of kids in the neighborhood, and they're doing like activities and stuff. And I don't know. It's just weird to see her like to sort of like let go at this early stage with her.
Yeah.
But she's only been talking for like 3-4 months now, and so now I feel like I can actually like teach her a lot more, and I can tell that she's absorbing it. So I'm just excited to like learn with her more, like, and actually be able to use my time at home. I don't know, just really like connecting with her and bonding.
Yeah, like
with
you
her.
could read books and kind of break down the words and shit like that.
Exactly, because before it was like your kid is with you, they don't really talk. Like you could tell they're understanding some things, but you're not really getting like the reassurance. Honestly, I should probably take on the project of teaching her Armenian, but I have to like learn it myself.
Yeah, you gotta
better.
No, but I think even if you teach her like the basics, like the hellos, the highs, the excuse me's, the how are you.
She uses some Armenian words like every day. Like she knows she's cat, milk, fucking milk all the time. But,
yeah. So and what about like are you kind of scared for her to go to preschool? You're like, fuck, like I don't want to let go of her because you spend so much time with her.
Well, preschool's only like a few hours a week. It's not that much. No, I'm excited for her because I feel kind of bad for her. Like,
did she cry?
No, she doesn't cry. Well, she does cry, but like when I took her to the preschool today, she didn't really cry. They were just like, "Mom will be back," and she was like, "Okay." But she needs to be around other kids. I feel like just having her alone at home with just me is selfish, you know. So I'm
selfish.
excited for her to like be around other kids.
And what about? Are you thinking of having other kids?
I always thought I would have my kids like back to back to back to back, and now I'm like, I don't know. I could wait like a really long time. But Adam is like, let's go. Let's have
he wants to have another kid already?
Yeah. So we'll see.
And I think that was such a dirtbag that you're gonna get another girl. It's just the way the universe.
I feel like I'm gonna have another girl too.
I think, but that'll be.
But not because he's a dirtbag. I just think I'm gonna have another.
No, I'm just talking shit. But like, and is your family mostly girls?
Yes, we have a lot of girls in my
family.
What about his? They don't have a big family, but it's just one boy, one girl. Him and his sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might, or you guys might get.
I think if we have another girl, then I'm gonna have to have a third baby.
To have a boy.
Yeah.
Because you want a boy.
I do want a boy. Yeah.
The love for.
But I also want like sisters, so I want both.
Yeah, so you might have to go for the 3-piece.
Adam is like, let's get a surrogate and have a bunch of babies. I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
No, but also like but if you have a boy, Parker you're gonna be so focused on him just because like that's how I have 3 older sisters. I'm the only boy and the youngest. So my mom is like to her like my mom sees me and it's hard eyes.
Yeah.
Like my mom doesn't.
I feel like every woman in my family is like that too with their son. Like, oh, their son can do no wrong. Their son is everything.
Yeah, like, and then you guys are like,
it's like this high pedestal and praise for the son, for sure.
That's definitely how my mom is. Well, I'm excited for you, Lena. I think this year's gonna be. And you're getting married.
I am getting married. I feel like I'm already married, so getting married feels kind of weird.
You're tying the knot, buddy.
We're doing it. It's serious.
It's over with in Italy. So if you guys do, like, if I do that, like during the wedding, you might still be able to reconcile because you're not gonna leave right away. So I don't know. Imagine just ruin the wedding. Me and Lena confess our loves for each other. That'd be crazy. What are you most scared about?
With getting married?
Yeah, him turning him like, I'm okay, never mind.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think by the time Adam proposed to me, I was like pissed because he took so long. Like I wanted him to propose to me so bad, and then he didn't. I was like, fuck you, finally. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like I feel so confident and solid in our relationship that I don't really like think that anything's gonna get in the way of it.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for you guys. And shout out Parker.
Thank you.
And shout out Plug Talk.
Shout out DoKnow.
Shout out me. I don't like saying fucking Parker and Plug Talk. I think even when Mike asked Adam, like, congratulations on the baby, like, well, thank you for saying congratulations about my daughter. And that shit had me dead. I'm like, fool, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I was like, why are you saying this right now? Just stop. But that was awkward, yeah, because I was like at the convention and people would be like, congratulations on the baby, she's beautiful. I was like, not here, not now. Stop, just stop.
No, but congratulations on you, because I feel like you're very like you're a very strong like you're especially with all the shit, especially all the shit you got to deal with. You know, you're very. You know, you feel me? You're like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I do my...
I mean, I can't care anymore, right? It's like 7 years. Like, I feel like in the beginning, a lot of stuff affected me more, but then you get used to it. Like, you know, you're like, whatever, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep going.
Well, I'm excited for you, Lena, because especially with, you know, I can only see the Plug Talk shit growing, you feel me? You just becoming a great mother, and you feel me? You and Adam getting married, so it's a vibe.
We'll see you there.
And, yeah, I'm going to be there, and we got to do more touchy subjects. I'll come on there.
You will?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I don't know what I don't know what you're gonna ask me. But
I'm gonna ask you all about. Did you give the 10 steps to good pussy eating?
You and Heather,
wow.
You and Heather have been to my because I feel like there's so many things I want to ask you guys. You know what I mean? But
she did 3 hours with me.
She did 3 hours with me too.
So fucking long, and T-Raw was like, more.
You're like I'm tired.
I was like, I have to pee.
Nah, but we had a dope conversation, and it's funny because even like. Nobody on the interview, and Adam's the first message she sent is like, DoKnow's piping Lena today. And I'm like, fool, shut the fuck up. Like, on the group chat.
He loves making jokes.
And I'm like, facts, I'm in there. And he's like,
oh my God.
But man,
we
shout
should
out.
send him a selfie of us right now.
But I appreciate you for coming on. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I know it was like a little long drive, so I appreciate you for that.
It's all good. Everything's
You
far
feel
away
me? I'll
anyway.
use some food. At the wedding, I'm going to bring you guys a good gift. I don't know, maybe do you cook?
Oh, no, don't bring any gifts.
Do you cook?
Oh, wait. Yeah, I guess. Not really.
Okay, I'll bring you an air fryer or something. I don't know.
I have like 3 air fryers.
Oh, well, fuck. You got to give me one.
I don't want a gift. I think everyone keeps asking me what I want for my wedding, and I'm like, just come to my wedding. That's enough.
Do people give wedding gifts?
I think they give like money and stuff like that, but
Yeah, I might give you like a fucking, I don't know, a cookbook.
give me like one of your mom's recipes. Like the best thing she makes, you ask her to write it down for me.
Okay, I got you. That's easy.
That's like the best gift you can give me.
Well, man, you guys, welcome to Chisme with DoKnow with Lena the Plug. Make sure you guys go follow her. You could give your socials. You want to give your socials?
Just Google Lena the Plug.
And everything's gonna be Plug Talk. What is it? Fucking OnlyFans.com.
Onlyfans.com/plugtalk. Yeah.
Yeah, go do all of that and fuck Adam. He's a bitch. We love y'all. Bye.